Is it time to buy or sell the SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we will explore the SPDR S&P 500 ETF in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025, and we are here to offer an even more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest analyses. You don't want to miss any vital updates that could influence your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Harness the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one of 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a strong buy candidate, assigning it a score of 5.32. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced a gain of 3.51%. This equates to an average return of 0.16% per day since it was designated as a strong buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is positioned within a broad and robust upward trend in the short term, indicating a likely continuation of this rise. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 15.17% over the upcoming 3 months, with possible returns ranging from 7.56% to 22.93%. In the longer term, our 12-month analysis points to a projected change of 4.62%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 14.09% to positive 6.44% over the next year. This would translate to a future price between $525.68 and $651.27. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF features the headline, SPDR S&P 500 ETF upgraded from buy candidate to strong buy candidate after Thursday trading session. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price increased by 0.782% on the last trading day, Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025, rising from $607.12 to $611.87. This marks its 4th consecutive day of gains. It will be interesting to see whether it can maintain this upward momentum or take a brief pause in the coming days. On the last trading day, the ETF fluctuated 0.723%, ranging from a low of $607.91 to a high of $612.31. The price has risen in 6 of the last 10 days and is up by 1.75% over the past 2 weeks. Notably, the trading volume increased alongside the price, a positive technical indicator, with a total of 9 million more shares exchanged compared to the previous day. In total, 71 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $43.14 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of this ETF was $613.23, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price stands 0.22% or $1.36 below the 52-week high of $613.23, which is also the all-time high for the ETF. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq are approaching record highs, fueled by strong investor optimism in technology, particularly artificial intelligence. Recently, the S&P 500 briefly surpassed its all-time record high, marking a significant recovery from prior bear market concerns. Wall Street is witnessing a substantial rally, with nearly $10 trillion added to market value since the lows. Tech stocks, especially Nvidia, are leading this charge, as investors increasingly look past geopolitical risks and tariff concerns, focusing instead on growth potential within the AI sector. In the short term, this surge in equity values can boost investor confidence, potentially driving investment into the SPY ETF as a safe way to capitalize on the overall market momentum. The performance of major tech firms and developments in AI present substantial catalysts for sustained growth, which could lead to higher valuations for the S&P 500 in the upcoming months. In the long term, should this optimism continue and inflation pressures ease further, as highlighted by experts, the resilience of the equity markets may suggest a strong fundamental backing for sustained growth. This can enhance SPY's attractiveness to both institutional and retail investors, supporting upward price movement in the ETF as it tracks the broader market dynamics. However, any shifts in economic indicators or geopolitical tensions could create volatility that investors should monitor closely. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The chart today shows mostly positive signals. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a favorable outlook for the ETF. Additionally, a general buy signal is present, as the short-term average is situated above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, support is anticipated at $602.17 and $592.09. A decline below either of these levels would generate sell signals. A buy signal was triggered from a pivot bottom point on Tuesday, April 8, 2025, with the ETF having risen by 23.24% since then. Further upward movement is expected until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, a buy signal is also evident from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence. Volume is increasing alongside the price, which is regarded as a strong technical indicator. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 55 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 5 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 44 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages indicates a buy signal from 40 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal from 45 days ago. The long-term moving average, buy signal from 33 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages shows a buy signal from 22 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $505.28. There is a natural risk involved when an ETF is testing a support level. If this level is broken, the ETF may then fall to the next support level. In this case, the SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's level at $548.62. If this level is breached, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $505.28 and $504.38. In general, the ETF tends to have very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk is considered very low in this ETF. During the last day, the ETF moved $4.39 between its high and low, which represents 0.723%. For the last week, the ETF has experienced an average daily volatility of 0.9%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. There is no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which suggests that the ETF could move upward swiftly under the right conditions. In this scenario, you might consider entering a position and using volume to determine the optimal time to exit. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at $548.62. If this support level holds, it could present a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $589.60, reflecting a decrease of 3.64%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily price movements, which contributes to a minimal level of risk. Additionally, there is a buy signal generated from a pivot bottom identified 54 days ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? The SPDR S&P 500 holds several positive signals and is within a strong rising trend. As the old saying goes, let the trend be your friend. Therefore, we believe it is a solid choice at these current levels, and we anticipate further gains over the next 3 months. We have upgraded our analysis conclusion for this ETF from a buy to a strong buy candidate since our last evaluation. However, after analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price may be overvalued. For trading on Friday, the 27th of June, we expect the SPDR S&P 500 ETF to open lower by $1.17, starting at $610.70. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on the information from StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current perspective on the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With best regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.